smash it and grab it. That's wealth, as in having lots of money. It's Ron G. Holland again. Hello, it's Ron G. Holland again with another edition of Smash It and Grab It. And today we're going to be talking about profit margins and percentages, and I'm with my good friend Antonio.
Hi, how are you?
Who's asked me to explain this. Now, over the months and years, lots of people have asked me to explain this. So I know there's a lot of people who haven't quite grasped this, and it is very, very important. So I'm going to be talking to Antonio, but I'm talking to you as well, just to explain a few things that I think you're going to find fascinating. This thing of profit margins and percentages is so important. This Smash It and Grab It video is just going to articulate a few things, and maybe in 2, 3, 4 weeks time we'll do another one slightly different, and 3 or 4 weeks after that another one, so you can really get to grips with this very, very important subject. Here's the first thing I want to show you. If you have £100 and invest that in a bank, 1 year later, if you're getting 5%, they're going to give you another £5 on top of that. If it's 6%, they're going to give you £6. Where's that money going? £6. If it's 4%, you're going to get £4 on top of the 100. That's what banks do, but it has to be there a complete year for you to earn your interest. 4, 3, 4, 5%, whatever it is. But you can see it's a tiny amount of money. And in a minute I'm going to explain how business works in a totally different way. But that little example there is very, very useful for you to understand. Now we're going to be talking about business. Now I want to be talking about margins and markup in business, and I know a lot of people don't understand it. I'm going to show it to you ever so carefully. If you buy in a product into your business and that product costs you £1, that represents the pound, 250p's. And if you want a 33% markup on it, you have to halve that and add it on. So half of £1 is 50p. You add another 50p on it. Now you've got a 33.33% markup on your product. So when your product's sold, that's the money that comes back to you. The original cost was £1, and there's your 33.33% profit margin. Now let's say if you want 50% profit margin, if the product in the first place costs you £1, there's the pound, the 250p coins, you want to add 50%, you have to double it. So double it, there's another 250p's, that's 50%. So you can see that when your money comes back to you, 50% cost of the product, 50% margin or markup. Right, a lot of people think that's 100%, but it's not, it's 50%. It's 100% to get it, but it's 50% when it comes back. This is very important. Now, one other thing I want to articulate about business, unlike the bank, your money has to stay in the bank for a year. Here, your products turn over maybe 2, 3, 4, 5 times a year. So not only are you getting massive amounts more coming back in, but you're turning over the stock regularly, 2, 3, 4, 5 times a year. Depends what industry you're in, depends what retail business you're in, but that's the kind of thing. How I made a huge amount of money years and years ago, don't forget I had my second-hand motorcycle shops where we were selling second-hand spares. I would buy a big pile of second-hand spares for £5, a truckload of spares for £5, and by the time I've sold a wheel here, an engine here, an exhaust system there, I'd sold that £5's worth for over £1,000. That's 20,000% margin.
Wow! Unbelievable!
That's 20,000%! Wow! 20,000%. That's incredible, right? And that's what you want to be thinking of these days. And I always say to people, get into the internet, get into digital products. That's where you can get 20,000% these days. That's how people become rich marketing information products. Ron G. Holland signing out. We'll see you again on Smash It and Grab It. Next week we're going to do something different, but in a few weeks time we're going to come back on this profit margins so we can understand it deeper and deeper, so you can understand the financial aspects of your business much more. Look forward to seeing you next week on Smash It and Grab It with Ron Holland. Bye.